Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm trading the ES futures on a 2000 tick chart with a 21 EMA. So I've got my overnight highs up here, overnight lows down here. We're in this range here. So I'm going to go over the big picture stuff first, and then I'm going to kind of go over, the more detailed. So here, we've got our overnight high here. I started trading around this area here as we were pushing down. And so I knew that that could easily be our overnight high. When I started, it was before the market opened, and so I knew that it could change, but it ended up holding here, and then when we retested it, it fit very well. And so we had this uptrend, break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, and then on that second attempt higher, as soon as we reached the overnight high, we reversed, which is typical because uptrends or any trend will play out after two attempts at making a new high or new low for downtrends. But we have this uptrend, break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, and we don't quite make a new high. I mean, it technically does by like a couple ticks or something, but really that's just a double top on a big picture. And so, but that's the thing, as soon as it reached that resistance level on that second attempt higher, it failed. And so you could look for an entry to fail there, but anyway, so we push down here, we just go into this downtrend for the rest of the day and then go sideways. And so, all right, now zooming in, we had this resistance from this range right here, this possible range. It didn't really hold, but it clearly reacted off of it here. And then at first you could, some might look for a long here, but really you're pushing down off of what's just formed the overnight high, and it's just one sharp push down. And so you have first entry long, second entry long, to the tick, but that's really just one push down, and then you don't get any good signal bars anyway. And by the time you get this good signal bar, you're already going straight sideways. Then when you get a breakout of this range right here, you can see it got slightly bigger picture because price action levels get bigger as the day goes on. Notice it at first it was this to the tick second entry, and then you can see it as this bigger picture second entry, and then eventually it turns into one whole leg here, and then you get a measured second leg all the way over here. So price action levels get bigger as time goes on. And so anyway here, so it's below the EMA. You don't want to enter long there, especially just after a sharp push off what just formed the overnight high. You want to see something hold back above and then get out at the highs, but you don't get any kind of good entry. You just close way a little bit above the middle of the range here. There's no room, and there's no way you can enter that. And even if you did enter here, you clearly won, but that doesn't mean it's going to work next time. And so here you get this higher low, but it's below the EMA. Once again, it's not in a good area to go long unless you're above the EMA. It's clearly rejecting prices to go higher, rejecting that EMA. It's even rejecting that range at that point. It looks like it's trying to fade this range right here, which is another concern. And then here you can see as a to the tick failed second entry, first entry short, second entry short failure. That's not a big picture failed second entry. That's not something I'll be entering on. And then even by the time you get this bar up here, there's no room at that point. And then as soon as you break out, it fails, and then forms this second bigger picture leg down, which you could view it as this uptrend having a two-legged break. So uptrend, break, and then on that first attempt higher, and then you get the second leg down, which is the two-legged break before the larger attempt that goes higher. And so as soon as it makes that second attempt, or as soon as that second attempt reaches the overnight high, we just plummet straight back down. As we get these two breakouts here, you can extend this range here. And so we have this range right here, and we start getting really choppy, and you would look for a short up here because it's retesting the overnight high, and it's the second attempt higher. But we need something below the EMA here, and then we do get this right here, but there's no room because you'd have to put your stop all the way up here. And so look how far you'd have to push it out of that range right there. You can't enter stuff like that. And so anyway, we push down here, and then I got this trade right here. You'll notice I got target tapped. So some contracts got filled, but most got stopped out. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get a bigger picture reversal pattern, something like this. Let me draw it out really quick. I was wanting something like this here. Let me get rid of those arrows. So I was wanting like a big picture failed second entry. But I didn't get that. I ended up entering on this. It was smaller picture, but I was only going for 1-to-1. I wasn't going for huge target or anything. It was just to get out at these lows here, and I knew that it was going below that line there. But I enter stuff like that all the time. I don't mind if it's one tick out, but it did screw me on this occasion here. Some got filled, but most did not. Almost got stopped out, but so yeah, anyway, I got a target tap right there. But you can still see it's a first entry long, second entry long failure. It could have been bigger picture, like I said, but it was a pretty small target anyway. So anyway, then here you can actually see it as possible bigger picture failed second entry, like downtrend and then that break. There's two legs up here, first leg up, second leg up. It's so sideways at that point. You're entering into this, low, which clearly proved itself to be resistance, and then it, retested it there, which makes it even stronger. You don't want to enter on that. It's not even a good signal bar. It's directly into that low. You definitely don't want to enter short there. But we push lower. We get this breakout pullback. We go, pretty decently far back inside, and then we reject the EMA. There's no way you're going to take that as a breakout pullback. And even when we close back below, this trade is really just a breakout pullback. And I don't, I say this a lot. I don't take just breakout pullbacks. It has to be something else as well. So that's just not enough for me to go short. But we push lower here. So now we have, we just keep pushing lower. We retrace here. We almost get to the EMA, but we don't get any entry. It just plummets straight down. And so at that point, once we start pushing higher here, we can get this bigger leg here. So we have this first leg down and then a clear break, and then we can look for a second leg down. Now, let me adjust this trend line really quick. So at first, this trend was like this. We have this downtrend. We broke out. It did not hold. I was really, really wanting something to just go back in and then hold, get a lower high right there would have been great, but we just didn't get it. Unfortunately, this trend line, it broke, which when you get a break, you can expect a new low, but I would want to enter on a something below the EMA, because at first, I forgot to mention this right here. Let me show you this. Wait, okay. So this measured move was in play. We had to push down, break. We nearly reached there, and we didn't quite reach it, but we did reverse as soon as we got really close to it. And so that is what had me scared of, entering into the EMA. And so, but then eventually then I did delete those and then got these. And so, that's the launch of this second leg down. Notice we have that first attempt to reach it, second attempt to reach it, which is actually what this trade is based off of. So this trade right here is based on trying to get this next bigger picture measured move here. But yeah, we just don't quite, we didn't quite reach it there, but the whole point was to get out before these lows here anyway. Once again, it was one tick below the thing. Like I say, I enter stuff like that a lot. I don't really mind it, but it screwed me there. Ended up being fine there, but anyway, so that's why I didn't want to go short there. We push lower, we get this lower high with a horrible signal bar, didn't even reach the EMA barely. We push lower, we kind of start going sideways, and then notice this range, it was like this. This is what it looked like at the time of this trade here. And so we had a breakout of this range, and then on a shorter picture, we can see it as the first attempt to fade, second attempt to fade. So this was the second attempt to fade this range here. So second attempt below EMA, it did a trap because it ticked higher and just shot lower. So that's why I like that there, but also it's the second bigger picture attempt to reach this measured move. Once again, we have this measured move in play. This is the first attempt to reach it. This is the entry on the second attempt to reach it. And then just get out at those lows there, because you don't know it's going to fill the whole measured move there. But anyway, so it kind of chops around here. Notice how we get this push down, break, and then another second push down. Looks pretty related to each other. We close back above. You can't enter that. There's no room. But then after we get this second breakout and start pushing back lower, you can actually look to extend the range here to here. And so now we have this push up. You can see there's a break in new high. That's really just one push up here. But after we do get that small break new high, we do push lower on a small picture. But as you can see, it looks like we're getting this measured move here on a bigger picture. And so a lot of times it'll start and then it'll go retest that area, and then the launch will be from here. So I'd like to see how that reacts, but I'm not going to be trading after this video anyway, so I probably won't even see how it reacts. But anyway, so we push up. Where was I? I kind of forgot where. Whatever. I'll just start here. So we were in this uptrend. We push off. You can look for a short here, but by the time we get below the EMA, you don't get any kind of hold. It really just closes below. And then you can't enter on this right here because you'd have to have your stop all the way up here, and that's insane right there. So can't push it out of stuff like that. And then notice how we push lower here. We start going sideways. There's no way that you can enter long or short. It's kind of just chopping above and below the EMA. We retest this level right here, which this actually happened during while I was doing the video, I'm pretty sure. So we have this congestion right here. We break out. We have this big measured move in play. Got this right here. It has STT. It's kind of going side. You don't want to enter that. What I would like to see is, what I do think you can do though is, if you could put a limit order in here after this bar here closes down, you can put in a limit order. But as you can see, you would not get filled on that. And you'd want to get out before this resistance right here. I would push it down to this low right here. I wouldn't be scared of that, but because it's clearly, it's not like a super strong resistance right there. You have a bigger picture measured move in play. So, but anyway, you'd want to wait for it to close out of that STT right there. Also, it's nice to be below the EMA, but when it's chopping straight through the EMA like that, I wouldn't mind entering into the EMA. I'm more concerned about short-term trend line being in play. Like, notice that there. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope this video helps out. That was really annoying how that happened right there, but anyway. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a good day, and see y'all next time.